when I was doing some training over the summer, there was a woman, her name is Jen, and she showed up as one of my family members, like share frequency. And this is not who she is at all, by the way. But during this class, she showed up as my sister, like the frequency of my sister. Now, she's not like my sister at all. So I want you to consider this. Then when you're in a mode to heal your wounds, certain people are going to show up for you. God calls them to, whatever. They're going to show up for you so you can get triggered, so you can release it. And that's what happened to me just 2 days ago, right? So I get this piece of paper because it's one thing to look at yourself and be obese. And you think, people, and I've always said, like, my functional food program is not about really weight loss. And don't get me wrong, I lost almost 100 pounds. But it's really about removing toxicity. And that's the whole program. Section 2, people, if you can make it through section 2, God bless. There's so much toxicity. And so it was like perfect timing because I completed the program. Like, it's published, it's ready to go. You want to start reclaiming your health, I suggest you do this. But the toxicity thing, most people know now what's in your food supply and what's in your water supply. And so you have to know that if you're getting, symptoms like bad periods and you have, whatever that engine light is for you, could be a sore breast. It could be a digestive tract issue. It could be skin imperfections, eczema. It could be a headache. It could be, name something for me. I mean, I don't know. It could be pus coming out of your eye. It could be that you can't hear well out of one ear. It could be that you're having dandruff, like flaky. None of this stuff is normal. Well, it is normal in that it's how your body sends you a signal.
Yeah.
And food and the toxins in the food are a small part of that. But here's what I want to connect the dots to. It's much easier to hold on to your anger when you're eating foods that have the frequency of flipping anger.
Yeah.
Or you're showering in water that has the frequency of anger because it's got chemicals. Or you're drinking water that's got the frequency of anger. So if you're not willing, I think I'm going on a rant. If you're not willing to remove the offending items, then you're still going to get the things that you get. Mm-hmm. And until you make a conscious choice to remove, just that one bottle of Clorox that's sitting under in the cabinet, just in case I might need it. You don't need it. There's lemon essential oil for that crap. God has in nature everything that you need. So make the choice. Get the toxins out of your house. If your husband won't take the Roundup out of the garage, do it for him.
And I think that also, that's a perfect segue. If you refuse to remove the energetic toxins, we hold on to, at times, habits. We hold on to patterns, limiting beliefs, victim mentality, scarcity mentality, all of these things that we can hold on to that we are choosing to not let go. it's the same idea as if you choose not to let the Clorox bleach go and get rid of it. You're choosing to keep these habits and patterns and ideas in your head, and they are just as toxic as the bleach. And the more difficult thing sometimes is that we can, because like Chris said, we've become so comfortable with them, they've become part of our life, our daily routine, to think this way, to act a certain way, to do a certain thing. And we sometimes don't see those things as clearly as we might be able to see a bottle of bleach under our cabinet. So when we look at, when we're choosing to take a step back and look at all of the things that are creating toxicity in our life that we need to let go and forgive ourselves for, or someone else, it sometimes is harder to see those things because they have become habits. And so taking a look at those things that we have become so accustomed to that it is just part of who we are. It's like, you know, when somebody has a particular personality trait and someone else or themselves will say, oh, that's just how they are. That's just how I am.
No.
Well, you don't have to be.
Right.
That's not how you have to be. We get to choose. So stopping the identifying or the justification or the excuses. Well, I can't because, well, it's just who I am. I was born this way. Yeah, well,
you were born with a tushy and you were born with arms and legs and toes and hair. Well, you may or may not come out with hair, but you were born with eyes and a mouth and a nose. You were born this way, but you have a choice in the matter on how you want to live.
Absolutely. Yeah. And another thing, you know, and this is absolutely about forgiveness. And this can be sometimes the hardest part. We grow up in certain environments, whether it's parents or guardians, foster families, adoptive families, however we grow up. It is so common for us to use those experiences as excuses. Well, I can't do this because of the way I was raised, or we didn't have money, so this is the way I feel about it or think about it. Okay, yes, and you get to choose differently. Yes, that was your experience growing up. Yes, that was the family that you had modeling these things to you. But ultimately, it is your choice. So you get to choose, you get to let go of what doesn't work and what is no good for you, what is toxic, and you get to choose differently. You get to choose peace and love and joy and happiness and abundance. You get to choose that. And you also get to forgive those people that influenced you as you were growing up, because you know what? Chances are they didn't know any better. They were doing the best they could, or they chose to be stuck in certain ways. And that's their journey. That does not have to be yours. And you can forgive them and move on and do better.
So brilliant.